Going live. Hello, everyone. Here's Johnny. And we have Larry, Queen, and Brian and Adriana. They're our special guests today. And let's see, we have Lady Luck Junk. That is Danica. Okay, now we're not quick enough. So basically, we have a few people in the chat already. And so what I'd like to do is go around the panel and introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been maybe doing YouTube, and what either any platform you may sell on, and then we'll go from there. We'll start with you, Brian and Adriana.
Cool. You want to go ahead?
I'm Adriana.
I'm Brian, and we've been doing resell on eBay for since January, I guess, at this point.
Maybe.
So as we started watching lots of people, we started looking at Poshmark and Mercari. So we have a couple things here, a couple things there. We've got some glass that we were testing out on Etsy just to kind of learn that platform. And then we've been doing YouTube since about March, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
And so we're just getting into it and learning and meeting the community and just getting out there.
Oh, good. All right, Queen.
Well, hello, everyone. I am Queen Cleopatra, and I've been watching YouTube for, I would say, about 9 months, maybe 8 or so. I've been actually on some auctions with Adventures in Reselling Victoria. I've been doing that since about June, the beginning of June or so. And that's about as long as I've been doing lives. However, I have not started my channel as of yet, but it's coming soon.
Okay.
And Larry.
Hi. Well, I'm Stache, and a lot of people in the chat know me. Well, I do eBay, and I've been with YouTube for a lot of years, about 10 to 15 years. I was going in and watching people, and there's another group I was involved in, but making videos have been recent, and doing live shows. I've been doing that for a few months now, and I pretty much enjoy it. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I have a show at 1 o'clock, and Tuesday afternoon at 5, do a bingo with Johnny and Victoria with Reselling. We do bingo every Tuesday at 5 o'clock, and it's free to join and come in and play, and you win prizes. And on Thursdays I do a show at 5, and Saturdays if a show happens, I wind up jumping on another friend of mine's show on Saturday and Sunday. And also I'm with Johnny on every Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. So that pretty much sums it up for me.
Congratulations, by the way. He just hit 300 this week.
Nice.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm working my way to 5.
Nice.
All right, I want to welcome in the chat. We have Regina, and we also have J Marie. Welcome. And for me, I've been doing YouTube. It's actually just turned 8 months. I started on Thanksgiving Day on November 28th of last year. I've actually just started eBay a year ago, last month on the 24th. But that's been my first year of adventures in the eBay reselling. And then I just recently started with venturing out into Mercari. I've been revamping that store. And then I also do Etsy, which I just started because I do a lot of handmade quotes. And so I've been putting my quotes out on that platform. And then I just started kind of cross posting with Bonanza. So that's just a few of the platforms that I have my hands in right now.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I do the live shows on Monday and Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with guests. And then on Tuesdays, I do the bingo rotation at 4 o'clock Eastern. And that is with Victoria and Larry. And what we do is it's free to play. You pick out some numbers. That's your numbers for the whole game. And you win a prize when you win bingo. And I'm known for the moon pies. So you get a box of moon pies if you win something that's in the envelope. So that's what's pretty good with that. I also want to recommend someone in this chat needs to go watch my Wednesday live video. That's all I'm saying. If you registered for the 500 sub giveaway, you go watch it because we have a winner that's in the chat, and I'm not saying who it is. Anywho, I want to welcome. Let's see who I just saw come in. Record Crate. That's Adam. Him and I were actually on our milestone of 500 subs on Victoria's channel Wednesday morning when it happened. And we both hit 500 on her channel.
That was an exciting event there. That was awesome when they both hit it.
And the worst thing about it, the next morning I woke up and still went to check to make sure I was still over 500. I couldn't believe it. And I've only been doing this for 8 months, but it's like, wow, it happened all so fast, and I love it. Yeah. I want to welcome the resale kid. That's Peter. Welcome, Jacob. Benton, welcome in the chat. Simply Dana in the house.
Simply Dana.
Welcome, Dana.
I see Felton in the house.
Yes, he is. Larry gets to 400. Let's get Larry to 400. Okay. And sometimes the chat goes so fast I can't read what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, now if anyone in the chat wants to ask a question for our panel of guests, please do me a favor and put @Cajun Roots so I'll see it because it'll make it highlighted in the color of orange or yellow on my end. Then I'll see that you do have a question for the panel. And also, if any of y'all in the chat and or on the panel would like to go ahead and drop your links to your channel, please do so. Because here we do support each other and we help each other subscribe to each other and get the content out for support of this community. Let's see here.
Thank you, Record Crate.
Yeah, Record Crate.
I was just saying, thank you, Record Crate. So let's get Larry to 400.
That's right.
Well, my biggest goal today is enough.
Yeah, but and one of the things I would like y'all to do too is make sure you go and subscribe to Brian and it is Adriana, right?
Adriana.
Yeah. Adriana. Okay, sorry about that. And let's go subscribe to them because I've been watching their videos since they began. I want to say I was like one of their 5 or 10 video subscribers for their YouTube channel. And so go show some love and support, and you're not going to be disappointed in their videos. And they are just starting out. And Larry got his coffee mug. Hold on, let me make it.
And I was using it today.
Isn't that such a cool cup for him? It just totally matches him.
And there was a set of 4.
And yes, I was using it this morning.
Nice. I heard you say that not enough beer fits in it.
Yeah, not enough beer.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Big problem.
I'll see if I can find if anyone needs to get the links to anyone's on the panel's channels, I do have those in the descriptions below in my video. If you go down to the description box, those the links are in that description box. And so also, if anyone's interested in wanting to be able to share their contents of their videos, please ask that you do contact me, and either it can be through email, Facebook page, or even Instagram. And I would be honored to have each and every one of y'all on my show. I am booked right now for the 2nd week of August, but it doesn't hurt to get everybody ahead and plan your days for that day for you to come on and share. Yeah. And once you get a custom link to that, get a custom link, just go to the YouTube settings and do it. I wish they could do it, but we can't. They took those little dots away from us. So now what you got to do is with the link, you just right-click it. It'll open into a new tab. And now what I do is when I'm in chats and I don't want to leave the chat, I'll right-click, open it, and I have a file called Watch Later. That way I can go back and get it and make sure I subscribe to that person if it's good videos and the content or something that I'm interested in. Because I don't just watch YouTube, those that sell on eBay or any platforms. I watch a lot of things with animals, with dogs, and music. You name it, religion, Bible verse studies and stuff like that. So there's all kind of things to be able to watch.
Yeah. And Queen, I'll have to put the shirts on and take a picture and send it to you.
Okay. You like them?
Yeah, so far. They look good.
I'm glad you opened them. I mean, some of them have been a month.
I still have a couple other boxes from you that I haven't opened yet.
Hey, Larry, is that the one you got a purple shirt from?
Well, this box here I just opened a couple of days ago. The one this item that you sent me.
Ah,
Nice.
the little
Oh,
baby
oh
Vera
my God, that's so
Bradley.
cute. Show it again, Larry. That's the miniature Vera Bradley.
Mm.
It was a prize. I did not bid on it. It was a prize. And Susan was like, "You're not gonna want this." I'm like, "Go ahead and send it."
I'm pretty sure I think you bid on it. No, I'm joking.
Okay. See, I didn't know this. I just learned something new. Peter says that so with the channel doesn't have load of letters, just like you can use YouTube and wherever else, you can also put their first name in YouTube. YouTube.com/ and the person's screen name, and it goes to their channel. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've seen some people with that, and I didn't know. I've seen people with that and didn't know how they were doing that. So that's definitely something you can look into.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I'm glad we learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so now that we have some more people in the chat, I know we had introduced each other around the world, the panel, and everybody basically knows each other in here, but I would like Adriana and Brian to go ahead and introduce yourselves again. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm still getting used to it.
It's not the first or last one.
Okay, and so that way they can get to know you a little bit better because we are going to be promoting your channel in here today. So this way here, y'all get to know who the name with the face, the screen name of the YouTube channel. So go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourselves.
Cool. So my name is Brian again. This is my wife, Adriana. We've been reselling since about January, been doing YouTube since about March. And we're on mainly on eBay. We're doing some Poshmark, some Mercari. Been looking at like Grail, but haven't really jumped into that. We're just looking at everything. Just so many people selling so many different platforms, so we're just giving them all a test and seeing which one sticks. And that's the one we move forward with. So
that's what's good about it. As long as you can try it out, at least you said you tried it out. If you didn't like it, then now you can go to another platform and try it out. There is so much out there.
Yeah.
And you won't know until you do try it out. You know, you learn something and say, okay, I can like that. I noticed that Peter did say when that little thing he was talking about right here, where did it go? Went somewhere. Oh, right here. That was Dana that said it. For that feature where you can put the YouTube and / the person's screen name, you do need to be at 100 subs to be able to have that feature. I didn't even know that either.
Oh,
gotcha.
Okay.
All right. There's a question for Larry. Larry, you can keep your postcard in it. Probably get too big.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna start throwing out some questions, and if anyone has questions, please put it in the chat for me. Also, put the word @Agent Root so I can see it, please.
Okay.
What you gonna say, Queen?
I have a question.
Go for it.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, because since you said you were starting different platforms, which so far have you found to be the most easiest or the most, I guess, more easiest to work with? Because I am trying to get into different platforms, and I just love your opinion on that.
Yeah. So we jumped into eBay because it seems to be what everybody's using. It's the most ubiquitous across everything. And we started, so I started eBay first, and then I started looking at some other resellers, and they were talking about like Etsy. So we tried Etsy. So far I like eBay the most. It's probably the most complicated to get an item listed because it's just filling out that form takes you about 10 minutes sometimes. If you want to get all the details in there, it takes you a bit of time.
Yeah.
Poshmark, I think, is really good for clothes from what I've seen. But the thing that I don't like about it is you have to constantly relist your items. So you're always like resharing. So you like 3 times a day, you're supposed to go in there like reshare. And so if you've got lots of items, then you're constantly having to go back in and reshare. So that kind of is like the quirk there. Mercari, it's kind of like eBay. It's much the same. The one thing that kind of bugs me about eBay, though, like you all probably are aware of this, is just the initial like listing for the fees for listing and the fees for the store. They sort of get you in the startup phase where the other applications get you get you, like at the time that you got a sale, right?
Right.
So it's like I made the sale, now I get to pay out to the platform, I get to get my money too. And eBay's like, I want you coming and going, which kind of shakes it a little bit, you know.
Now, isn't Mercari title it has to be shorter than eBay's?
Yeah, so there's definitely some like play on some things where like, you know, eBay lets you have like whatever, you know, 80 characters, and then the other ones are like, well, 30 here, and then put it all in the description. So you kind of have to figure out what's the mechanics of that particular platform, but they all, you know, have these little quirks and things.
Yeah, with Poshmark, I was going to try Poshmark one time until I found out about the sharing process. I'm like, I can't go in there and do a whole bunch of sharing.
I don't understand why you have to do that.
Because it's called the closet, and for you to be able to get traffic into your closet, you have to share it multiple times in a day.
Yeah.
So if you don't do that, then your closet's just being closed to everybody to go and see it.
Right.
That's the only downfall about that with Poshmark.
Yeah.
It's something you have to be on it regularly and share it regularly, because if not, you're not going to get the traffic into your closet. They call it a closet.
Yeah, and the other thing you have to do is you have to friend people and have people friend you or followers. So you have to. It's basically you're building up the social like community there that you're building up to support your store. So
it's almost like Instagram.
Yeah.
Actually, it's almost like an Instagram. You have to get followers, and you have to follow them.
Yeah.
And then you have to follow their store as well if you want to keep up on what they're listing.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
For me, I think right now, with Etsy and them, and with I think Etsy, you can do a pretty good bit of titles, but I want to say I think also it's 32 like Mercari. Yeah. So the biggest thing with those two platforms is you have to get your keywords in there as quickly as possible at the beginning, because it doesn't give you enough room to put a lot more after that. Yeah. Now then you have to fill in the description bar and be as detailed as you can with the amount of space they give you there as well. So that's the only downfall with some of those.
Yeah. Well, on the show last night that I was watching you two on you and Victoria on what OBX show last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about, I guess you could put the old stuff on Mercari and it's an SD. So she's thinking, listen to Victoria. She was maybe talking about putting her postcards on both sites to get more eyes on it.
Well, because with Etsy, you get a lot more traffic when it comes with older stuff, things that are made and things like that. Do things that sell well on Etsy.
Oh, okay.
I want to welcome Brandon, Reselling King, into the chat. We also have Kelly, the e-com mom. And
Brandon,
welcome. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Even though I might see I'm talking in the chat. My first question for you, and also if y'all have any questions, please make sure you put them in the chat for us, and we'll get them answered for you. My question is, what got y'all started? And I noticed in your videos y'all both are doing it. So how does that work out for y'all doing that together? It's a two-part question, so you have one answer.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. Ask the question. It was a lot of parts. I missed something.
That's okay. The first question was, what got y'all started into doing the YouTube eBay?
Yeah, I'll speak to that. So initially, I was looking at what's his name? Reyes, the entrepreneur, and he kind of would have these videos where he would pick up a job that he would do for like a couple episodes, and I saw him doing resell, and that's when I started getting exposure to like resell and this whole like thing that we do. And from there, as I started researching it more, I started kind of getting into the community and oh boy, I forgot their name now. Rally Roots, right? So Rally Roots, I came across them and it was like, cool, like look at all this stuff. And then from there, I sort of started learning more and more about the community, and that really got me interested in this is a business venture and just testing it all out. And yeah, I think for us though, we've really had it's been a good thing for us to kind of work together on. So one thing that we bought. We went and bought this depression glass, this green glass that we randomly picked up at a thrift store. And I think we talked about this in our video, but I'll talk about it kind of shortly. We picked up this we were at this thrift store. She saw this green glass and I didn't know what it was. I was a little bit hesitant to buy it. And we just, we heard some ladies talking about it and they were going over, talking just, it's amazing. And my wife's like, I'm going to do it. She went and bought 80 pieces of glass for $200.
That was our first like intro into glass. I was like, let's just do it.
Let's just do it. $80, $200, 80 pieces of glass. We bought it, brought it home, and we're like looking at each other thinking, what have we just done?
Now what?
Now what? I don't know what this is. These ladies at the store said it's something, but I don't know what it is. And, we started, following more of the community, finding out more about what this green glass is, and it's depression glass, and trying to learn about like what are maker marks and all this kind of stuff that we didn't have any idea what we were doing. Yeah. And eventually we got some stuff listed and some stuff sold. And then, so she felt very much, because I was sort of
yes, vindicated in my impulse buy.
Yeah, I was like, this will never sell. It's a terrible idea, but we make sales. And I was like, all right. You know wrong. So yeah, that was sort of like our big buy, and that was like the one moment we were like, this is gonna be cool. And as I've learned, there's a lot more things that can sell beyond just like, because we started with shirts, right? We started with like, what are the hot brands that are selling, and walking through like the thrift store looking for those shirts and pulling them. And that was sort of like the big awakening that there's a lot more beyond just like shirts. So, yeah.
Welcome, Nikki. Nikki and her husband, Reseller. I don't know if you subscribe to them. They do a show, and she just does really well with Macari.
Yeah.
So if you haven't subscribed to them, make sure you go and check their channel out. Rev Resell. That's Nikki T. That's her husband.
Yeah.
And so what was actually the point of you were talking about the glass? Was it any of those that when you shine a light through it, it glows?
Yeah, so we have like a black light that if you shine a black light on it, it kind of like glows up. But when we bought it, we didn't know. It's like, it's green, it's glass. Somebody thinks it's important. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah. And one thing I'm also learning too, and how much milk glass is selling. That's a very popular piece of glass. In fact, I don't know if she's in here yet. I didn't see her yet. But Nana Tink.
Yeah.
She does a lot of glass. You might want to check her channel out if you have any questioning yourself about some of the glassware. Her name is Nana Tink. Tink. Yeah, Tink.
Yeah, I saw her last night on that.
And her little symbol of her little icon is a fairy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The one that I was on with you. Yeah. She does really well with glass. You might want to check her channel out.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So anyone has any questions, please let us know in the chat so we can answer for you all.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So our first introduction with like a YouTuber that did glass was Tim over the years. And so like that's where we really started getting a little bit more knowledge built up. But yeah, we'll definitely check out Nana Tink's channel too.
And every little channel you can learn something from them. And what's amazing is that everybody does something different. But if you happen to come across it, like for me, what I did was on my phone, I did a little notes form on my phone with Samsung Notes. And every time I'm watching a channel, I do put notes into my little thing when I'm going sourcing. It's like, wait a minute, I think that's on my notes. I'll go check it out, and if it sure is, I'm looking to see how cheap I can get it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. We have a question from, and Reseller King is from the UK, by the way, and his name is Peter. He said, what is the most each of you have spent on a bulk haul or buy item to resell? His was a €400 gaming bundle. We'll start with y'all.
So
The most we've spent?
yeah.
What was that? That backpack. What brand?
Backpack.
Yes, I went to an estate sale.
Oh.
And I bought, I should know, a Gucci bag. Yeah, but that happened like right before everything happened, so we're kind of still holding on to it. And it was on the higher end. It was like $100.
$100, yeah.
But when I looked for comps, it looked like I could make quite a bit. So
nice.
I'll take a little bit.
They're quite pricey.
Yeah.
I'm your neighborhood bag lady.
Yeah.
Well, for me, my largest bulk buy, Paul, you can call it, and I got it from my guy, so to say. Last year, I went and got, it was a Facebook marketplace that I actually found it. And this guy had a large collection of wrestling figures and action figures. And so my first bulk buy for that was $1,300. And I've already sold and got my money back. And I'm right now at $519.34 in the profit.
Wow.
I'd go buy already. The second one, I went back to him and got some more. And that was another 800. And those are getting ready to get listed because I need room where I'm putting them at is all wrestling figures in that one section because everything's organized. And so, yeah, that is my biggest, but I'm already in the profit on that one. And then the other day, I went, and this is the best thing about this was an estate sale, garage sale. I spent $30 for everything that I got.
Wow.
And yes, this last couple of days ago, I purchased, keep my little notes right here just to keep it up. Because I got so much of different people that I buy bulk stuff from. And I'm trying to get to it real quick here. I spent $30 and I'm already in the profit of $92.23. This one thing I bought was a dog carrying bag. Sold it for $68 and only paid $1.11 for it.
Wow.
Wow.
So don't be afraid to bundle things when you're at a garage sale or estate sale.
Yeah.
Let's see. Peter had a question about that one. Let me go back to the rest of them because I'm trying to catch up with everybody here. And so, Queen, what was your largest bulk buy or haul that you ever did?
Who, me?
Queen.
Oh, Queen.
Wake up, girlfriend.
No, I'm trying to answer Nikki. I'm sorry. Repeat that, please.
Somewhere out there. I said, what was your largest buy or haul?
You know, I would have to say clothing. Yeah, it has to be clothing. I spent about $200 in clothing, sourcing clothing.
I was going to say, both years.
Right. However, so far in one day of that purchase, I've already made that $200 back.
Wow. That's
So, and then I still have a lot of things left, and so I mean, I didn't do too bad. Everything else is just profit from this point. So, yeah.
Now we have another question for you both down. Nikki wants to know, how long have y'all been reselling?
Yeah, so we've been on eBay about since January now. Yeah.
Not too long.
Not too long.
Kelly, the ecom mom says that she. Why is it not highlighting it? There we go. She said she's getting into glass in China, and sold a teapot today for $69.99 plus shipping on Etsy.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. See, my largest buy was $240. Now it's half of a bulk buy on documents. I mean, another reseller went in. We got 400 documents and we're splitting.
Wow, that's good though. That's a lot. Just had a brain freeze. What I was going to say. Oh well. Oh yes. For most of y'all who may not know, this week I did hit 500, and I did my giveaway on Wednesday. Yeah. If you have not gone and watched that channel to see if you won, I am recommending you do that because there is someone in the chat who I haven't heard from yet that won one of the prizes of those 4 giveaways I did. Yes. And so it is of your best interest whenever you get a chance to go and check it out and see if you're the one of the 4 that won, because I got actually 2 more. 2 that haven't claimed their prizes yet.
Wow.
Anywho, Picker, how you doing?
I picked out the giveaway for my 500. Whenever I hit the 500, I already got an item picked out.
So you waiting until your 500 do a giveaway?
Yeah, I got a giveaway. I got a Dymo.
Thank you, Jacob. I'm trying to think of what's good to go around here.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. Never ending saga. How you doing?
Yeah.
Let's see. Did I miss anyone? I'll make sure I don't miss anyone in the chat.
I think he just got done moving.
Oh, Kevin?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you got everything moved, Kevin, and get you some rest. Lord Jesus, I know how that.
Hey,
he was on somebody's show or chat, and he was on his phone. He didn't have his computer unpacked yet.
Oh, okay. So everyone, if you don't mind, and I see a few new ones coming in the chat. We have it's called Try Flippers.
Yep.
They're just starting out on their YouTube channel, and if you would not hesitate to go and check them out, there are under 100 subscribers right now. We're trying to get them getting known in the community and share their ideas, and now you can go back and check their videos out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put your link in the chat that we can get you to your channel. And anyone else who does content, and I know a lot of y'all do, go ahead and drop your links into the chat periodically so that everybody can go and sub to each other and show some love and support to each other. And also, if anyone is interested in wanting to be a guest on our shows every Saturday at 4:00 p.m. Eastern, and I do the Monday and Wednesday shows at 5:30 p.m. Welcome, Wolf Toy. And this right here, you can check those out as well. But also, I'm looking for guests. I am booking out for the first 2 weeks of August, but I'm always looking for guests and showcase a channel here and there. And if you're interested in wanting to get your channel out there, come on and you can reach me on any of my videos in the description below. I do have all the email, the Facebook page, and Instagram, and you can reach out to me, and we'll be honored to have you on our shows.
Is Wolf Toy a new one?
Yeah, I've never seen him before, so I'm assuming he must have just found our channel.
Nice.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome.
And what is it? The 9th that you're on? Let me look. No, excuse me, the 7th.
On yours? I'm on the 7th.
Yeah.
On the 7th of this month, it'll be my second auction. And I will be on Queen Latifah.
No, that's the second weekend you've called me that.
I know.
Second weekend. And I said, I don't mind being Queen Latifah, but as long as I have her money.
Well, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I say Queen. I don't know why. Anyway,
I'm going to say I look like her. So I've had that my whole life. So it's all good.
So anywho, I will be on Queen and Victoria's channel on the 7th, and I will be doing a live auction with them next Friday, actually. No.
Yep.
And also, I will be on this, let me think, the 13th, I will be live with Reselling Mama on her channel as well.
Nice.
Busy.
She was our guest last week. Well, I looked at it this way. Once I hit my 500, and I want to start getting on other channels because when they ask me to come be a guest, I'm going to do it because this is the only way I better get my name out there. I try to make sure I get at least 1 or 2 videos out a week, whether it's how I'm sourcing, what I bought, or what I sold. And at least I get one of those out there. And if any of y'all haven't checked them out yet, I did do a 14 series of how-to on eBay. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to check those out. They're all in all my descriptions of all my videos. If there's a particular topic you might want to be interested in, you're more than welcome to check those out. And I'd say in all my videos, welcome Eric, OBX Picker. And what I do is I always let everybody know that I'm not an expert at it, but I only talk about what I've learned, and I want to share what I had in the knowledge that I've learned from. And if I didn't know it, I wouldn't have researched it. Welcome, Mara, Buying Spaces.
Yep,
Hi, Myra.
Okay, Wolf says, let's see what he said. Record Crate just sent me an email, and I'll be there.
Yeah, he had a comment a little bit before that.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Record Crate talked to him.
Well, thank you. Yeah, he was in here a little earlier too. So we can also ask each other questions, or if y'all have any questions, just please put them in the chat. The Cajun and you know me as Jerry on Paul's show. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Oh, I know Jerry.
okay.
He's changing his name on us. So is there any questions y'all have for us as far as being that y'all fairly new at this? That maybe you need to find out something about? More than welcome to ask us. And if not, the chat will chime in as well.
Yeah. What are like the big things? What are the things that you've sold that you didn't expect to be such a big sell?
First thing I did is I had some free, and I only did this because I've seen videos about people selling this item. And I happen to have 9 of this one particular item. What I did was because I had so many, I did some sourcing, some price catching the prices to see what they were going for, if they even were selling, the ones I had, the brand. And so what I did was I did find some good comps. And so what I did was I made 2 packs. I did one with 5, one with 4. And I kid you not, these were some of those little pins that you check for the blood testing. the little test strips. They're called lancets, and I put them in online. And as I did the first one at 5 and a lot, and I listed it for it was $245. The minute I hit entered, before I can get up, when I get off my desk and I go put it in my inventory, I file it or I organize all of it. It was already sold.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Then I
can
went to
believe
do
it.
the next one, and I did that one a little less. I did that one at $175. Again, the minute I got off my computer, before I can get up to go put it in its inventory spot, it was sold.
Wow.
So don't, and then make sure they're one of them. They were both all expiring like in a couple of years, so that was okay. But from what I understand, those sometimes even have expiration date. And kind of find out it was a pharmaceutical that was buying stuff to give back to the community for those that are less fortunate to be able to afford it.
Mm.
Nice.
And so I was just glad to see how fast it did sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
I
next
mean,
thing was it was a face product. It was like some kind of skin moisturizer, and it was all brand new, sealed. I bought it when I had bought auctions, storage auctions years ago, and so I had these in crates, and I knew when we were moving that I'd start going to eBay. And so it was still brand new in the pack. I listed it and went for $265.
Wow.
So you just never know what's going to sell. But again, always make sure you do your little research and check for comps, because it's amazing what's out there that can be sold.
Wow.
yeah.
What about you,
And
Larry?
being a diabetic, yeah,
Yeah.
I can attest to how expensive lancets and even more expensive are the actual strips
Yeah.
that you put into the machine.
Yep.
Those
Yeah.
things are so expensive. You would just wouldn't believe how expensive those things are.
Yeah, I get mine. I get that stuff. Well, I'm lucky. I get this stuff free from the VA. So
Right.
Yeah.
the only thing I pay for is the insulin and some pills that I have to take.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Lisa C came in the chat. Welcome, Lisa.
Mm.
Hi, Lisa.
All right, let's see. Just saw another question. Where did it go? eBay. This was from Record King. Okay. Record Crate. That's Adam.
Yeah.
He says, reseller, how do you handle offers on eBay? Okay, what I do myself is when I go to list something, and I just started doing this where I don't check off that box that says let offers come in. I don't do that anymore. What I do is twice a day, when I first wake up in the morning and late in the evening, I will check to see if I have people watching my items. What I do is I do a bulk editing, and I did one of those videos on how to do that, where I go in and I will do a bulk, do a percentage. Don't do a dollar amount. Make sure you do percentage, because if you do that dollar amount, it's going to take whatever. Let's say you do 18%. You accidentally hit the dollar sign. It's going to give $18 off of everything. So be careful when you're doing that, because there's one that says percentage and one says dollar amount. And then what I do is I'll check off the all, because I may have like 8 or 10 of them at a time. And right at the top, you check off that one little top box, and it checks everything in there for you already. And you go to the blue bar that says send offers. And when that opens up, it'll give you another box where you can put the different percentages. Now, depending on how long I've had it listed, determines how much of a percentage I'm going to give those watchers. I noticed with something I've listed over, I'll say 120 days, I'm doing 15 to 20% off, if not higher, if I'm not running a sale. I haven't ran a sale yet because I'm trying something right now. I'm trying to tweak things to see what works. And so far, I have not had a sale in 2 weeks as far as running a promoted sale on my store. And I'm still getting sales by me just sending those offers out. And if it's something that I recently had listed, and I'm only going to do 10 or 12%, I'm still selling those. At least if I have 5, I'm usually selling 2 out of 5 every time. So that's how I handle offers
Okay.
on eBay.
Now, Kevin had a question.
I'm going down there. Let's see here. Let's see. You in Paradise. Okay. So how's everything going with the hurricane situation with y'all in the Florida Queen?
So far, we may very well get some rain,
Yeah.
which is normal if we're on the outer band. But we're out of the eye of it, and out of the
Okay.
cone, as they say. Um, One can never tell, because that's exactly what they told Lehigh Acres, Florida left, during Irma. You'll be okay. It's okay. And we end up being the hardest hit. So I try not to watch it a lot, because I know that thing has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
All you can do is be prepared. That's it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Let's see, shouldn't be too bad.
They asked. There was a question in the chat asking where you guys were from.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
was
was
getting to that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead. You can answer while I get to this. Fine. Go ahead. Answer. I want to know where y'all from.
Mm.
Yeah, so we're from North Carolina. We're in the Raleigh area.
Oh wow.
That's where we live. We're from Virginia, though.
Yeah, we're initially from Virginia though, but yeah, we've been here for about a number of years, so we basically call this home.
Yeah.
Oh, so now, how do you list on eBay? One item at a time. Because you have multiples of each. That's what I like to do. I like to have a lot of one of the same product because it's a lot easier. And right now, I'm trying to keep up with and this is a good problem to have. My goal every day is to make sure I'm over at least 1,100 items on my store. And every time I get to that 1,100, I get sales. So that brings it down. So I got to work harder to get that back up. So to me, that's a good thing. But I like trying to find multiple things where it's one listing quantity and you're good. And how do y'all do y'all listings?
Yeah, so we mainly use like our phones and just like take the pictures on the phones and use the eBay app and just same thing, just trying to get it done as much as we can. But yeah, same thing. If you find those like big bulk buys, parting them all out and just saying like, I've got 10 items in this lot and I've just listed 10 items and we're good to go. So when you get that kind of stuff, it's awesome.
Yeah, what I think about my biggest thing about eBay is you have to list something every day. I find that if you don't, you're not going to sell anything. Your store doesn't get pushed up at the top. And I feel that every time I do list at least, my goal is to list at least 10 items a day. At the beginning, when I first started, I was so strong at listing and listing and listing. I was doing 35 and 45 a day.
Wow.
I said, okay, I got my store where I want it. Now I can take my little break and I can start doing less than that every day. And it's working. What I do is like today, I listed all my vinyl. I have some vinyls that I've been taking pictures of. What I usually do is the day before I cut off for the day and I leave the room, I used to have my pictures ready for the next day. That when I get down into my room, I'll go ahead and start listing those because I already have the pictures. Like right now, I already started doing drafts for the pictures I took today. That way tomorrow I'll just have to upload the pictures and I can just get them listed. And I do that every day. Once I run out of pictures, it's time for me to take more because I listed it all. So
yeah, and that's
an ongoing thing that I do.
Yeah, and that really is powerful. That's really good because when you have downtime, like if we're just sitting around and not really doing anything, you can just be listing, right? Otherwise, you have to actively get up and go do something, actively go do it. But if I'm like my car is at the mechanic, if I'm sitting there in the mechanic lot, I can be listing whatever I have because I've got this backlog of pictures and stuff. So I try to do that same thing too.
And what's good about it too, even if you have the pictures on your phone and you already have some drafts and you do have that downtime, that's what's good about just getting it together and list it, no matter where you're at. And that's one good thing about having that app on your phone.
Yeah.
I want to welcome Alexa. And that's another one. If y'all haven't checked her out, she just started or is going to be starting a new I can't remember the name of it again, but it's a new Alexa, if you would drop your link in the chat for the new auction y'all starting.
I can't remember
a new auction this week. But Larry?
I can't remember it either. She usually shows up with that name, and she had to pop up with her other name.
Her name, yeah, because I see that, and I didn't see yesterday. She had started it yesterday and advertised it yesterday. So yeah, go ahead and put your link in the chat, Alexis, for that new auction channel y'all do.
Oh my goodness!
And let's see. Paul says 100. No wonder your beard is white. No, I didn't have a white beard before that even started. That's it. It's top notch.
Yeah.
That's the new auction channel they're starting this week.
Yeah.
I think it's her and Mel. Oh, Top Notch Flips. That's the name of it.
Top Notch Flips.
Thank you, Alexis. And so that's just another channel if you want to check out that she's doing auctions. Yeah. One of the things I'm learning about doing auctions, and I'm really watching the chat, and I'm on my phone sourcing and okay, what's what, how much is it going for? Then I know what my highest bid is going to be of what I can make. For example, I don't know why this is going like this, but I just saw it in a video about a week or so ago. Someone had sold some vintage underwear, brand new in the pack, never opened, Hanes.
Yeah.
So Victoria the other day, about 2 weeks ago, she had 4 packs of them, brand new, never opened. I got them for $5.
Wow.
I listed them day before yesterday, and I did the comps. They're selling between $55 and $75,
Wow.
depending on with shipping or without shipping.
For some
The higher
drama.
end is with shipping. The lower end is with shipping. The higher end is shipping included. So guess where I went? I went a little bit higher to the top, listed them for $64.94 each.
Wow.
Wow.
And then what I do is I try to find those that are sold not on auction, but sold or what is listed. I don't go near those that are auction because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing an auction. So I want to do buy it now, and then I check the comps of what's sold first, and I try to make sure it's the same brand, the same size. In this case, it had 8 to a pack, and I was surprised they were going for that much. I just kind of stayed right in the middle of the two to give me that little cushion in between because I did do free shipping.
Yeah. That's the one thing that when we started doing shirts, we really didn't realize that size really made a big difference. And so we would go in the store and just be like, okay, this brand is something that somebody said, pick it up. It's an extra small, but whatever. And this is like a quadruple extra large. We'll pick it up, whatever. And, we started pricing it and then realized over time that, yeah, to your point, like size does play into how much you can make for it. So
that's another thing I'm learning too. I try to stay away from anything that's medium or below. I stay between large, extra large, and up.
Okay.
Because I find those sell really quick and really fast when you go to list it, but also make sure you get the right measurements when you're listing those, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
So out of curiosity, because I know I have a video that I did called #SoyPod, and it was basically show off your death pal. Do y'all have a death pal yet?
A tiny one. It's small, but yeah, we have one.
So we had one, and then when we started like slowing down because of all the shutdowns and stuff, we just started like, let's just pound through it and get this stuff listed so that we can get some more money back from what we've purchased. And so we've really got it down low at this point now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never know if you get another shutdown, you need to be ready. So
yeah, absolutely.
And that's why I turned to auction, because around here, like, we didn't even go to them today. There was a few of them, I think Robert told me this morning or yesterday. But we didn't go because I already have enough stock that I'm okay with. But I don't mind checking out new things. You never know what you're going to find. So, yeah. If you can get some of those good items, especially on some of these lots, when they're in auctions, you can do really well. And then you get ahead of yourself. It does come. You got to be ready for Q4 too. Come October 1st, you need to be ready with your store for Christmas.
So yeah, we haven't really weathered a Q4 before. So like, what do you do in prep? Like, what are the things that you're thinking about as you're leading up to that?
For me, I learned my lesson from last year because I started in June and I didn't in July, and I didn't know what I was going to be doing. And so I was selling as fast as I was listing. I was selling, and I was surprised. It's like, wait a minute, I can't catch up. I can't get my store number high like I want. So this year, what I've done is that's why my goal is to keep over 1,100 right now, because as I'm listing, I'm trying to shoot for a Q4 on October 1st to have at least 2,000 items listed total. The more I'm gonna have is more like right now. I'm not listing all my toys just yet because I'm gonna do that at mid August. So right now I'm working on all my boxes of inventory that I have, to where I can start getting all that done before October 1st.
Okay.
That is the difference of what I did last year.
Yeah.
Just let me see if we don't have any questions.
No.
I think she. Did Queen put the chat in? Yeah, it's in there. Alexis put it in there for her new show. I just saw someone else. Paul, welcome.
Yeah.
Auctions that's getting underway. Talk to y'all later. Okay, good luck on your auction. Sell it. NASCAR. That's the other gentleman I was telling you about. NASCAR Man 3345.
Yeah.
He does his auctions every Monday, and I think he does them sometimes on Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone, go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, he does a pop-up auction there during the week sometime.
All right, Kevin has a question for y'all. Let me get to it real quick because. Bye. Kevin says, "Do y'all do any storage locker?"
Oh.
I saw that and I was like,
That
what?
came out so wrong.
Scratch liquors? It's like,
Oh, I read that wrong. Okay, y'all gotta verify what that is. I don't know what that is. I think from what I understand too, he put in a comment up there. Evidently, he must live not that far from y'all.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, pretty close.
No, not yet.
So yeah, we haven't done any storage lockers. I've wanted to, and they seem like something interesting to get into, but I think the question of like, are we going to get something that's actually worth anything has sort of been the bigger question for me. Am I going to spend all this money and it's going to be like, junk or something that's not going to be valuable and I'm not going to be able to make the money back? That's sort of kept me away from doing them. But I'm definitely interested in them. Have you guys tried them out and had experience, like a good experience or bad experience with them?
For me, I have done them in the past. And my thing was, when I buy auctions, I never spent over $200. But the biggest thing is if I buy a storage unit and it has furniture in it, I'm going to make a way to be able to get good pictures, put it on Facebook Marketplace, and sell it to where they will come to me and pick it up in the storage unit. That way I got to move it, I got to worry about it, and it's gone. I recommend if you do get into doing something like that, make sure you're able to try a way to where you can get rid of the bigger furniture pieces if you don't need it or want it. Or in my case, now that I have, some people do antique booths, depending on the type of furniture it is, and they put it in their antique booth, depending on the size of their antique booth. That's just two ways that you can do something like that. If you're faced with auction unit that you buy, you're afraid of getting rid of it. That was my suggestion of the two ways you could probably get rid of the large bulk furniture.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Unless anybody else in the chat has a good recommendation. The only thing bad about it, you got to remember, is some of the storage units you go to, they have stipulations you can't throw the trash in their dumpster. If it's personal, like some places make you turn in back to the office, personal paperwork, birth certificates, driver's license, social security cards, whatever that may be, personal things, and they ask you to turn it into the office. Where in Louisiana, where I'm from, they didn't care. You got rid of it. You don't put it in that dumpster, you get rid of it somewhere else. That's another thing you have to consider, getting rid of the junk that you won't be able to resell. And that's going to be in every unit you buy, because trust me, it's there. All right, this is for you, Adriana. How do you ship glass?
Carefully.
Lots of bubble wrap.
It depends on what it is, but we have like the packing paper. So we usually wrap it around the paper first and then bubble wrap it. And then usually around the outside, I try to put like newspaper, more bubbles, and stuff it and just like protect it as best we can.
I shipped out, I found this, it was a Cinderella anniversary clock. It had the original box, but it didn't have all the original styrofoam. So what I did was I basically bubble wrapped the whole inside, put the glass dome over it, and then bubble wrapped it again, and then shoved paper filler around it, and I put it in another box and safely did that. And it got to the person just like I sent it. So you definitely have to be careful when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we definitely have the test of grabbing it and shaking it, or at least that's what I do. I grab it and shake it, and if I hear it moving, it's not packed enough. Put
exactly. Kajun Reseller, welcome. I didn't even see you come in. I'm sorry about that. He said storage units are fun but work, and that is the truth. It is a lot of work, but in the long run, you'd be surprised. I was just watching a channel early before I came to get started on the show, and that's locker nuts. Jack. It was so funny because I always tell him, look in there. I don't know, he can't hear me. Like, you better look at that envelope. You better do this. You better do that. And it's like, because that's what I would have done. And he was opening up all kind of envelopes, and it was gift cards and $100 bills and $50 bills and all these different birthday cards and anniversary cards and all kind of different things that had money in almost everything he was opening. So that's another thing in the auction. Don't leave anything unturned.
Yeah.
All right, NASCAR, I understand that now.
Hey, Swamp Picker.
Swamp Picker, how you doing, Glenn? Let's see. Yeah, I enjoy watching storage units on YouTube best. I don't have the lift a finger. And that's what's good about those too. You can always watch those on YouTube channels because that gives you an actual, well, not every one of them. The majority of them do show you the good and the bad. That's one thing about it that you need to know both. because it's not always glamorous. I'm always saying to everybody that I see on the YouTube channels that are doing storage auctions, where's your gloves? They're not wearing gloves. Like, I'm sorry, but I didn't wear gloves. And that's just me.
You just don't know what you're touching. You're like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking at some videos where they're doing like dumpster diving, and it intrigues me, but I just can't. It's just like like the whole action of the dumpster diving is just it's not for me yet. But
yeah.
Speaking of that, there's two of them. I don't see her in the chat yet, but when they do dumpster diving, it's amazing on the stuff they find.
Mhm.
But what they do is, there's two of them that I watch for sure, where they take all the food and candy or cereal, whatever it may be, bread, and if it's still good, they put it in their neighborhood food pantry boxes that are on the street or in a local area of a neighborhood. And she does it, and she packs it. When she packs it, it's filled before she leaves. And she goes back the next day, and again, she has to fill it back up. So it's nothing getting good use. Why the people that she's getting those stuff from doesn't do that, we don't know. But yeah, it could be a tax write-off for them if they don't do it.
Mhm.
I saw something from Nicotine. I don't see where it went.
That's exactly how I feel about dumpster diving. We love the fact, or I watch one particular one that gets some of the best stuff from these different brand name stores. But I'm like, but you want me to get in the trash? I'm still
Are you
on
talking, you talking to treasure hustlers from California?
No, actually, it is dumpster divers. I can't think of their names. It's a husband and wife team.
Oh,
Daily divers is
okay.
their name,
So
and
stuff and
they're
stuff.
awesome. Yeah, so I mean, but I just can't get in that trash can, man. I just can't.
Yeah.
Now, I have nothing against those who are doing the dumpster diving because it's amazing on what you see when they're doing their YouTube channel.
Hmm.
But for me, I couldn't do it. And if I'm doing it to resale, I don't know what's been in there, rodents and all that kind of stuff. I just
Or
couldn't bring myself to bring it to my house, clean it, and sell it again. That I just couldn't. 'Cause I know some people that use dumpster diving for their packing material.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You won't be seeing me buying from their eBay store.
Yeah, I watched Treasure Hustlers quite a few times, and the stuff that they find in California, they have found brand new stuff, food being thrown out that's still good. The dates.
Okay,
yeah,
I saw Kelly do this. Where was it earlier?
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
amazing. It's just
some of
amazing.
them, some of them are going to Kirkland's, and some of them are going to Bed Bath and Beyond, and
Yeah.
they're finding comforter sets, brand new.
Those like
Yeah,
stuff that I would buy. I would buy that stuff
stuff
like just
you
for
would
me,
buy.
for us.
Yeah, and
Right,
they're
right.
getting it free.
But I
The
mean, I
only
can understand if you're doing it for yourself because then you know what you're going to be doing with it, washing it, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But to resell it, I couldn't do it.
Sure.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly made a comment that she does. She says she uses the pool noodles with things that are big in handling and a teapot spout.
Mhm.
Because I saw down here below where she did another comment about that, where right now they're going to be starting to go on sale.
Yeah.
And that'd be a great way to also use for packing.
That's a great idea.
Mm.
And I would have never thought of that. And that's a good idea, Kelly. She says this is the time of the year to stock up on those pool noodles when they're putting the summer stuff on clearance.
Yeah.
Call it clearance.
Clarence.
I always did. I know it's clearance, but I call it clearance.
Yeah.
Let's see. Adam says part 1 of 2. Funny story. I have a customer who is a manager for 4 storage units. They had a client that failed to pay it, so they put it to an auction. That's true. If you don't pay your bill, they will do that. Part 2. The clients had shelves and boxes neatly placed, and the door open, everything saw boxes, labels, and yeah, that is amazing what you see on some of those auctions when they go into a storage unit.
Empty.
Yeah, and Derek, that husband and wife team is going to be on A&E Monday at 10 o'clock, I think.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, and A&E.
Mhm.
Yeah, the thing about that too is sometimes they stage some of the lockers. If you're doing them like on those online auctions
Yeah.
for the storage units, I hear too many stories where they go in there and a lot of stuff is not within the video, or they just stage things to make it look like it's a good unit.
Yeah.
For me, I know right now everything's locked down and a lot of places aren't doing those type of things because they are doing it online. So it's just more of being mindful when looking at those type of auctions online for storage units. careful what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with the reality TV is that a lot of it can be staged, and probably a lot of it is staged to get that additional, like, get you that excitement that you want out of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know that on A&E, August 4th is going to be a new show discussing getting pallets and storage lockers, and like not just the bad, the ugly, and how sometimes you can get pallets and everything is worthless in your pallet that you had shipped. So I'm really excited about that because I need
Yeah,
to
because
know.
I think what they're doing is they're featuring several resellers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Alexa says, don't forget to go to the channels that you like and hit the subscribe button, and also the bell at the top for your notifications for each that person might. Because also check and make sure you're getting your notifications by every now and then checking some of the channels you usually watch, because you never know when those disappear off your list. They show that was the case for Storage Wars. Yes, that was definitely a stage thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because that lady that Cleopatra and Victoria had on yesterday, I went to her channel and my bell was clicked off. I'm like, no wonder why I'm not getting no notification.
I have yet to get the notification for this show.
Really?
I went and checked. The bell is on all. I'm subscribed. I don't know. I have nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've heard about people talking about they've lost their subscriber counts and, just like dropping hundreds, just like unexpectedly. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Wow. Let's see. Victoria said, Alexa says the first 100 subscribers like and comment will be entered into a drawing for a $30 credit.
Nice.
Well, just mark me up for one now, Alexis.
I just went subscribe too. So anyway, if anyone has questions for our guests, please do so by putting it in the chat, and we'll be glad to get to it. I'm trying to get through the chat as it goes so fast. It does bounce around really quick.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to each other, and also make sure you check out, and we like to try to get the Tri Flippers to their 100 goal, so that way they might be able to start getting onto their 100, being able to do their live videos with. That's what they're looking to do.
Yeah.
You got to wait till you get 100 for that, but yeah, we got to get you there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well,
let's see. YouTube shows on that show, the Family Flippers, Joe and Jessica, and the Walton Blake box. I think that's some of the channels that they're going to be featuring on that show. I have been seeing some previews of it through others on their channel.
So
I never thought about going to that liquidation warehouse right down the street from me and seeing about getting some pallets from them.
Oh, wow.
All right, we have a question on how do you handle returns if you have a return on, like when you have no returns turned on. Okay, to answer that on my part, you got to remember, you may not have the return on, but first of all, if you're a top-rated seller, it's best that you do have it on, because eBay will not charge you that you get discounts on that one. First of all, you don't have to refund the whole amount, but by the buyer's rights, they have that right to return. So no matter if you have it turned on or not, they can do a return. Especially when you have something, if they say that's not as described, trust me, eBay will side with them.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we didn't really realize at the beginning, because we were like, no way, we're not taking returns, not doing it. And then as we started watching lots of people's videos, and they're talking about the whole item not as described, and we sort of talked, and like to your point, the whole like you get kind of bonus points in eBay's eyes if you allow returns. So we just started allowing them, and I've been thinking about even allowing like free returns on some things and trying that out and seeing if that helps to boost sales or not. She hasn't really been on board with that, so we've been sort of discussing it here and there. But yeah.
So are y'all thinking about doing the free returns or free shipping?
So we've done both, or I think we've been testing out free shipping, right?
Yeah.
And then we've been looking at sort of doing some free returns on some things and just seeing, are we getting higher, like, are we going to get more returns? You know, just, I don't know, just kind of playing with it all to see how it goes.
I mean,
This is the way I look at it. For me, when I first started, I didn't do no returns. And of course, I did have one or two things come back. They either ordered something they thought they were getting what they thought it was. They didn't read the descriptions. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. That's fine. But it came back correct, not open, that kind of stuff. So I was able to relist it and resell it.
Yeah.
But for my part of it is, if you offer the free returns, I only offer free returns on domestic. Anything over international they got to pay for it.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, once it leaves my house, my little eBay room, and it goes overseas, it's not coming back.
Yeah.
Unless they pay for it, because I'm not paying for it.
Right.
And what I've been doing is I've also learned that when you do free returns or free shipping, make sure that when you're looking at your comps and you look at those that are doing either free shipping or plus shipping, and look at those that are what the cost is being charged for the shipping, especially anything over £1. You want to take, and if you're doing free shipping, add that cost into your total that you want to get to cover that. Because what's going to happen is somebody might see you have that one item, Larry might have that same item, and I might have that same item. Let's say you do free returns and free shipping, but I only do free returns, no free shipping, and Larry does, you got to pay for all of it. They're going to go with you because you offered free shipping and free returns. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, from my experience, I've only had one return in this full year that I've been on after I started everything free returns. And that was because an item did get shipped to them and it broke. And when it left my place, it was working. I test everything before it leaves, especially any kind of electronics. And when it got to that person, it was shattered. And it was one of these little lint brushes that is battery operated, where you run a little over your shirt and it takes all the little nips off your shirt. And it was shattered. So when he sent it back, I gave him a full refund.
Yeah.
But those are few and far between. So what they do is they're going to look for somebody who's actually doing free returns. Make sure you have that cost covered in your cost when you're listing it.
Yep.
That way you can kind of still play around with that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I've learned that so far I'm getting more sales with doing free returns, free shipping. My cost is into the total of what I want.
Yeah.
So that's just a little bit of something to help with that, because that could help you build your store up. Victoria, I didn't even realize she was in. I'm sorry, Victoria. Hello. I'm still trying to go through the chat.
I thought she just jumped in there a couple minutes ago.
Welcome, Victoria. I hope you had a good weekend, little rest of your weekend.
Yeah, we had our first return probably like 2 or 3 months into when we first started selling, and the person,
I mean, I don't think we were offering returns on it, but it came back anyway. But I mean, it came back in the same condition, and we were able to relist it. So
That's one thing about it when you first start out. I want to say it's your first. And I learned this the hard way too, because I had some questions when I first started. Because I didn't know nothing about it. The first 100 and your first $1,000 in sales, first they can also put a hold on it, make sure the person gets it. But because you're not really known yet, because there's been so many people getting scammed from people who try to sell things on eBay, get the money, but they don't ship it. And so what happens is everybody has to pay for it somewhere. And so what they do is they put you like on a probation, so to say. But once you go over that hump, it's all okay. But again, when you first start out, they will offer it to anybody, free shipping for a buyer. But I only offer, you can do everything from, I want to say it starts either 10, 15, and 30 on fraud returns. Once that 30 days is up, you can't return it. It's over with. So if you give them a time frame on the free returns, you can even do 15 days. It's up to you.
Yeah.
That gives it that window where they're going to see that you're going to stand by your product that you're sending out. So even with that little short window frame, that's still backing yourself up on that one too.
Yeah, so we talked earlier about like the different platforms for selling stuff, and that's one of the reasons why I like Poshmark, because it's like 3 days or something. They've got 3 days to return it. If they don't return it in 3 days, it's theirs. It's like it's done. It's across the platform. There's no other options, no other choices. It's just is what it is, and like, that's really kind of cool.
My car is the same way.
Okay.
One thing is you have to wait to it to be delivered. This is the only thing I don't like about Macari. You have to wait for it to be delivered, and then that person has to go on and give a feedback and say they got the product before you can get paid.
Yeah,
That's one of the things that you got to watch out for.
I mean, sometimes people are just busy and forget, and
Yeah.
they got their stuff and they're gone. Because I do it all the time. So, and then I'm like, oh my God, I do. And then I feel horrible. And then I'm up at night trying to do feedbacks, because I don't want anybody waiting on their money. Yeah, I get it.
No Money D in the house.
Yeah.
Welcome. I'm Brad. Welcome. Trying to get everybody who came in. R. Gertman, welcome.
Rhonda.
Rhonda?
Sorry.
I just gave you a wrench too, Rhonda. I'm sorry. I thought you had one. Karate Kid, we given the wrong address. What else you? Say one thing, when you're in a chat, you try to get the questions.
Have you guys had problems where you've sent the wrong thing to you've crisscrossed the clients that you were sending it out to?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm assuming Queen's laughing.
No, look, this is what happens when you try to pack at 4 something in the morning. I actually switched out the labels. So, and then I had put all the tape on, ran out of tape, but I finished all the boxes, right? So I'm looking at the 2 boxes and I'm okay, this one is this one and this one, this one. But it took me a long time though. Yeah, it was almost a mess.
I have it because what I do is I have a system when have multiple items going on in the same day. When I'm packing them, I print out my little paperwork. I call this my paper trail. I'm not going to show the front because of the customer. Basically, I do a 3-page package for each item. I do my what's sold from eBay, a shipping packing from my copy, the PayPal fee, and the shipping of paper. What I do is I take each one when I'm done, and I do the shipping of the weight and the package. That stays with that package until I put the shipping label on it. That's just my way of doing my paperwork trail and my shipping label. Let's see. Adam says, I have a buyer that gave me the wrong address. The item did not arrive. He filled out a case. He made a favor to me. Item was arrived to me. Buyer paid. And yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing you need to be aware of. If somebody sends you a request to say they bought an item from you, and they send you an email saying, please don't ship it to that address. I need you to ship it to this address. Do not do it because eBay will not side with you. If something happens and that package does not get to the actual buyer, you're going to be out of that money because eBay is going to side with that person that bought it from you. Even if they get the wrong address, you just have to cancel it, let them redo it, and make sure they have the correct address. Yeah. There's a lot of people who try to scam people, and that's one of the reasons why I don't allow that, because I don't want to get in trouble. Or if something does happen, I want to make sure I get my eBay to back me up.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Cleo, you feel better, but body is so sore from when Victoria, I hope you're feeling okay.
Yeah.
She had fell and hurt her head.
She needs an Epsom salt bath.
I love an Epsom salt bath.
Me too, especially that, what is it, Dr. T's?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What? Hey, listen, treat yourself. Get you some of that stuff. And I ain't even trying to plug that stuff.
And you don't need a lot of it. A half a cup is all you need.
That's it. And what is the one, the lavender or
That's all I use is lavender.
Rest or relax. You come out of that tub like, okay.
All right, Tom. Welcome, Tommy. Tommy says, except all buyers can file a PayPal for 6 months, no matter what the eBay return policy is. And that's true.
I don't understand. What is he saying?
They can file a claim through eBay, a PayPal, if they claim that something was wrong with their charges. They can actually go through PayPal and do it. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But again, they got the whole investigation and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I've heard that some cases people will go and file it on eBay, get the return, and then go to PayPal and get like another set of things. So I think that's what one of the things that managed payments, whenever that rolls out to everybody, is supposed to kind of close up, all these double dipping and kind of clean up that process. So
that's what's bad about it. All the goods got to suffer with the bad.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
There's always somebody ready to get up on someone else and thinking about another thing on how to scam someone.
Yeah. So you said earlier that you do international shipping. Do you use GSP or?
Actually, what it is that when you set up your listing, what I do is there's a link now that eBay is doing automatically. You can set it up where when you do your setting of shipping, you can even set what country you want to go to, you want to sell to. I have a lot of them that I don't check off. Like I don't do China, I don't do Japan, and there's other countries I don't do. But what I like about it is once you ship it, the global shipping program, it'll give you, like in my area, I have to send it all to Kentucky. Once it gets to Kentucky, I get a tracking saying it has arrived there. Once it gets out of my hands to them, I'm covered, because anything that happens after them to whatever country it's going to, they will pay for the problem if something happens. That's what I like about using global shipping. For me, I have not had any problems, because once it leaves Kentucky, I get a tracking saying it has left the warehouse and it's on the destination. Then once it gets there, then I get another one saying it has arrived at the destination and they have their package.
Okay. Yeah,
that's why I use that. And yes, what I do is you can also set it up to where also do, like, if you want to do a separate way of going Canada, you can even have Canada a separate way of what, if you want to do, like, say, flat rate or a special rate just for those to Canada, you can also do that as well when you're setting up your international shipping. And it's really well because you can set up to where you can allow it to go wherever and how much. I do everything calculated shipping. I don't do set pricing because I don't want to mess myself up and have to pay out of my pocket. So I usually do follow the calculated shipping for that.
Okay.
Because I tell you one thing, going to California from our side of the world can be expensive.
Yeah.
No matter what it weighs.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to watch all that. And that's the best thing to do is just be aware of what you're doing before you make a mistake, because you're going to learn from your mistakes. Trust me, I have. Because I first went to some, it was some Lord of the Rings glasses that were frosted looking, but they had the little lights at the bottom of it. I thought I was doing good. I got them for $1 a piece, and I sold them for like 12 something a piece. But I didn't do I did free shipping. Ouch is right, because I lost them out. I don't do that again. Let's see. Always follow the rules for payment processing, not eBay, because of who has the ultimate power over your money. And that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why it's also good when you're doing your PayPal account. Always make sure you leave enough money for items that are sold up to the 30-day mark, because if something happens, you have to pay for it. It's going to come out of your PayPal account. And if you don't plan for that ahead of time, you'll be in a hole when you can't pay for it. You got to find other ways to pay for it.
Yeah, Victoria's leaving. Her phone's dying.
All right, Victoria. Thank you. Have a great day. I hope you're feeling better. Let's see. Always process rules, payments. This has been a really good day on questions. I like this.
Yeah.
Confusing with people with multiple names. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I try to learn everyone's name. Can't tolerate me. Oh, that's a hurricane.
Yeah.
I got hit hard last week with a $82 shipping fee, less than a 1 pound box. Okay, that's another thing. If you're shipping, from what I'm seeing now, I do all my shipping where it automatically comes out of my balance of my PayPal account, except for when you use Federal Express or UPS. They don't charge it until it's been scanned in and delivered. So if you ship out a package with those, that's not going to come out of your account right away. You have to think about that as well. And that's the things that they don't tell you when you first start. You learn from your mistakes, but also to make sure. When I first started, I let everything stay in the PayPal account because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what kind of fees they were going to charge. And when I got to top-rated seller, now I even know my discounts because I pay that bill every week. And so if you get yourself with that habit and you get to top-rated seller, you do get an additional 10% off of your account when you pay early instead of waiting for once a month.
I didn't know that was an option. I've just been waiting for that monthly end statement to come through, and I go, oh, okay, well,
Time to pay.
Time to pay.
And that's what I did too at the beginning. I paid it always I left everything in and paid it at the end of the month. But I noticed that once I started paying once a week, you get a discount again when you pay once a week. Or some people pay it every day. I just pay it once a week.
I have a question for you, Kajun. Have you
Yes.
tried shipping through PayPal? And if so, how do you like it versus using another platform like Pirate or something like that?
Now, when I do pirate ship, I still have it come through my PayPal account. I got a link to that to where it comes out because it's a package that somebody bought through eBay.
Hmm.
But I don't go to PayPal and do my shipping. It's all through eBay. It's not through
Okay.
PayPal.
Okay.
I
Got
don't
it.
even know if they can do that, but I don't because I
Okay.
want it to come immediately out of my account. So that's why I do it through eBay. Now, when I do
Okay.
pirate ship, I have everything linked. Where once I hit that submit by the shipping label, it's coming out of my PayPal account.
Okay. Got
But
it.
you can do it that way too, as far as your pirate ship.
Okay.
And then if you do go to any other platforms, you have to make sure you copy and paste the tracking number and then go back to your eBay account and put that in that tracking number because if not,
Yeah.
it's going to show that you didn't ship it. And then that's what
Right.
people wants to get your account.
Right.
Don't
Right.
forget to go
Absolutely.
back and do that. Because I found
I
myself,
have.
you go through, say you use pirate ship for some of your shipping,
Hmm.
and it is cheaper because I guarantee you it will be cheaper. I don't know why, but I
Yeah.
find it is cheaper, but not on everything. So what I do is I do go and check the price to see if I do get a bigger discount through pirate ship.
Hmm.
But once I buy and ship and print that label, I'm copying and pasting and going right back to eBay and saying, okay, you can go in there and paste it. And then it automatically shows and sends that to the buyer, showing that you did pay for it and it's shipped.
Yeah.
That's just to cover yourself for that so you don't have any problems down the road.
Yeah. I've even put it in PayPal, make sure PayPal has the tracking number. Sometimes if I use them for an invoice, I've done that too. But yeah, I was wondering, how did you do that
Yeah,
between your eBay and your PayPal?
yeah. It's automatically linked. And when you set up your accounts, it'll ask you how you want to do that. And that's why they ask you to link it. Now,
Hmm.
I know coming up when they do I already got them all signed up and all approved and all that stuff for managed payments. But it seems like when I was going to Etsy, they have the same payment system that eBay is going to be having. And it looks like
Oh,
I'm pretty well like it because once you get paid in that site, it's in your account. You can set that up as well when they do the managed payments where you can do daily, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly,
Yeah.
depending on how you want to handle that. But they'll directly, once all the fees come out, whatever's left at the end of the day, if you do it daily, will go straight to your checking account that you set up or whatever account you set up to get paid in.
hmm.
And Kelly is right about pirate ship. You can link it with eBay and then
Policy,
automatically.
you're going to be able to manage payment. As far as I know, you can, and it will be done when you do a managed payment. And yes, you can connect the part ship to your eBay account as well, but tracking numbers is automatically transported. See, I didn't know that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I may
Yeah.
have it set up that way. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon
I
as you
know.
go into pirate shipping, click on the eBay thing to connect it, it automatically put the tracking number in.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. I'll have to check it out then. I think I have it
Well,
connected.
Larry,
He was reading the chat.
Hey, I come up with good ideas once in a while.
I see.
Even though someone told us in the chat when he reads it, it makes it sound like he knew it.
Right.
I love it.
I'm gonna give you that though.
Okay, anybody has any more questions or would like to know anything before we get ready to wrap this up? Because I don't want to go too far over the hour because I don't want to take up too much of our guest. I try to keep it as close to an hour, but if everything's going like it's been going, we're just going to keep on going until it dies out, so to say. They are adding Macari anytime soon. That I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I should start doing. I should start doing postcards.
Excuse me.
Sitting new. I don't understand that. Done learned. Oh, done learned something new. Okay. Oh, that was squirrel. Let's see. Dana says, are they going to be okay? That I'm not sure. I think Macari is its own thing, but I think they are going to. Because when I do Macari, when I ship through it, I go through pirate ship anyway. When I do my own label.
Okay. Now I didn't know you could link SD. Kelly said you can link SD to it too.
Yeah, that I knew.
You know, I've been noticing, and before we go, and I know you don't want to go over, but I have really been trying to battle with Pirate Ship about trying to get the least amount of shipping to the customer.
Right.
And unless I'm putting it inside of some trash bag and wrapping it up or whatever the case may be, you can't get certain things at $2 or $3. Anytime you're using a priority box, even if it's a small box, as long as it's priority and it has its insurance for 150 or $100, what have you, it's gonna be $7, $8 coming out of Florida, no matter what. And
Right.
then I'm getting a lot of questions like, "Are you using pirate?" And it's like, yeah, but there's nothing I can do about that $7 shipping unless I
Yeah.
put it in some little thing and keep wrapping it up with plastic. And I can't ship your stuff like that. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Okay. I want to touch base with this with Rhonda. Rhonda, whenever you go to set up Pirate Ship, it's called Pirate Ship. They're gonna ask you how if they're gonna ask you as far as your accounts that you want to link it to, and you're definitely gonna have to go down to the there's a little icon that you can talk to somebody once you set it all up. Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna give you a link to tie it into your eBay account. And so once you set it up, you're gonna have to go in and ask them for the rates. And that way they'll tie it in and approve it on your account. And that's one of the things, the steps you got to do after you get your account set up.
Mhm.
And then of course you tie in your eBay or whatever account. Because I know when I first started, the only thing I had was eBay. I did all that at the beginning where I set it all up. And a lot of times it's a lot cheaper through a pirate ship to ship things.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Especially when I have something that's going to California, I'm going to be checking a pirate ship.
mhm.
I'm not familiar. Is Reverb like a eBay like store? I've never heard of Reverb before.
I'm not sure. I haven't heard of that one either before.
Okay. Yeah, he mentioned Reverb.
And reverb. What is reverb, Rhonda? I've never heard of that one.
I know it's like a sound, like it vibrates or whatever, but I've never heard of this one before.
I haven't either.
Okay.
Ready to go. Let's see here.
We trying to find out what this reverb is. Come on, Rhonda.
Please let us know. Curious minds, we all want to know.
Yeah.
That's what Google's for.
Got
Oh,
it.
reverb is for instruments. Okay,
Instrument.
for
Okay.
instruments.
Huh.
I learned something new today.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm not musically inclined. I love to listen to music, but I'm not trying to buy any musical instruments because I would probably buy something that's that nobody wants, right?
Right.
I'd
Okay,
buy a kid
Rhonda,
toy thinking it was a Fender.
yeah. The thing with pirate ship, it's great to use. You don't have to always use Federal Express or UPS because sometimes they're going to be higher. With pirate ship, what's good about it is that if you have an item that's going to go far and it's going to be a lot of weight to it because of cubic rates, when you go through pirate ship, for example, Tommy just says he had an item that was $27 for a package he had packaged yesterday for eBay, went to pirate ship cubic, and it only was $10.27.
Mm.
That's the thing I'm talking about as far as don't always automatically go to UPS or Federal Express. Because with pirate ship, just check it out. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be cheaper. And so you want to definitely check that out because that's going to save you in the long run. If you're having your customer pay for it, it's going to help pay for save for the customer as well. Because I do a lot of refunds when I can find a better rate for someone on my customers.
Johnny, you missed it. You gotta go above Tommy.
I know I'm trying to the chat's up and down.
Oh,
No, he
okay.
read that. He read that
The one
already.
about Tommy, that one,
No, the one above.
the instrument. Yeah, I read that one already.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
reverb is for instruments.
Oh,
I just-
okay.
I just
Okay.
recently
buy-
learned about media mail.
Mm.
Now, I'm going to give a word of advice on what I've learned about media mail. A lot of people use it.
Hmm.
But for me, I find that first class is just as cheap to send out than media mail. But I'm going to give you an example of what happened to me. Back March 16th, I mailed out an item to someone, media mail.
Yeah.
Got the tracking number. The person sends me, just gone from Massachusetts to New York, not far. All of a sudden, they never got it. So they're asking, where's my item? I go to look at the tracking number. It says it's in the last destination. We'll kind of find out it. When it went through me dropping it off here, going to the warehouse here in Massachusetts, it never left Massachusetts. So one, either somebody stole it,
Yeah.
or it never got shipped and got dropped somewhere because then I had to reimburse it because what they say about media mail to me is it's not as important as priority. And with all the things going on, whenever you're shipping so much right now, priority is the last thing they're shipping out before anything else when they're trying to get caught up on their packaging. So instead of medium mail, it's the same price for me when I'm doing first class.
Yeah.
I just want to do first class.
Yeah.
Because then I know I won't be sitting back somewhere for my customers.
So my last medium mail for a DVD went from here and it got stuck in Dallas for a week and a half, and it was on its way to California, and it was like 2 weeks late getting to where it's supposed to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does take a lot longer. Hey, Mama.
Hi, Mama.
The one that says Hip Flipping Mama, by the way, that's what I was telling you about that does the auctions every Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Check her out. Yeah, Mama uses Pirate Ship for everything.
Yeah.
And it gets here quick.
I'm getting to that point because I love the fact that I can schedule for my postman to come to the door. And he gives me an itemized list of every box that I've scheduled. And it has a little tracking number on it. He gives me, it's called a way bill, you know. And actually it's what I've been using to kind of dispute some of the issues when something happens. You can always use this if your customer is saying they didn't get it. Well, I don't know why, because you picked it up on this day. Plus, I take pictures of all my packages on my porch. So, yeah, it's been working for me because it's hard for me to get to a post office.
Yeah.
Ours is closed.
Glenn made a good point because I did see this today in an item that I did yesterday. I had somebody who bought some from me, and I found that the cheapest rate was Federal Express home delivery.
Okay.
So there are some sections that you can use, like from Federal Express or UPS. I'm not too sure about if UPS has those different categories. But with Federal Express, you can do ship X home, and it's a lot cheaper as well. I had to use that day before yesterday, so yeah.
Is that a totally different site or?
No. When you go, actually, when you go into the list of shipping, and you go to the category for Federal Express, that's one of the categories you can pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And
it's called the Federal Express Home.
Okay.
That's another option you can use too. That I do use several times. I check for anything that's the cheapest.
Yeah.
Especially if my customers are paying for it, because I have found it where a couple of times I've seen where the customer's paying too much on their end because it's calculated. When I weigh it and mail it in and put all my numbers in, if it's a significant amount, a couple of dollars or more, especially like if it's $5 or more, they're getting a refund on the shipping because that's too much.
Yeah.
Even though I'm getting my discount, I'm still going to give them a break as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to be mindful of that too as well, because if you do calculated shipment, sometimes that charges them too much. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Robert, Rachel says it's not media mail that they get on. It will be it of the nasty fees. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always leave space to get their money back if you're misfiled it or it's you didn't pay correctly or whatever. They're always rightfully they're going to try to collect on it.
Oh yeah.
Pirate is the same way.
Yeah. But I've been pretty fortunate enough to where sometimes I overpaid on my end.
No.
I've getting money come back to me because I overpaid.
I
don't like to do that, but they will do it. Well, Larry?
I received that same day. I received emails from them saying they're reimbursing me just a little bit because they gave them too much. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
That's true too, Rob. Comment. Federal Express and UPS must come to your house as well. And you can set up those pickups for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we first started, we didn't realize that USPS would come to your house, so we would run it down the street to them every day, and it's like, all right, let's look up because people are talking about they do pickups. Let's see if you can do pickups, and it's been wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you have it set up for them to do that, they will do it, and as long as you have it on the porch when or your area where they can get to it.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in an area where it's not going to get damaged otherwise. And as long as you have it set up that way, they will come to your door every morning. Especially postal clerks, even though they have a day off or something like that, they'll get the hang of it.
Yeah.
I know some people that I've watched YouTube channels where they'll put a note in their mailbox if it's not on a regular pickup day to pick up the packages on their porch or wherever they leave them at. Yeah. How nice you are to them.
Well,
I gave mine coffee.
To get the receipt.
I gave mine coffee the other day. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I remember you told me that. Yeah. Go ahead, Larry.
I just like taking it there to get the receipt that they got it.
I do too, because I'm only 2 minutes away from my post office.
Well, pretty much about here too.
Yeah, because I'm usually when I'm going to deliver my packages, if it's by the time I need to go run and do errands, I'm gonna do it on my way out, so that way it's all in the same thing.
Mm.
And I get that receipt, and I don't like that because then I get my record and they did it.
Hi, Brittany.
Hey, Brittany.
Hey, Brittany. Brittany got them brands. Okay, mine was over at 1, 2, and 40 for one. Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay, you have a. Adam says for you to telephone if when you find musical instruments, remember we are neighbors.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
He actually has a store that he does records and albums and vinyl. Yeah. Yeah, don't trust my neighborhood to leave stuff out for them to pick up. And it's true. It depends on your neighborhood that you live in.
Yeah.
Some people just don't.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. You can set it. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's really nice that you can do it right from Pirate Ship instead of because otherwise we end up going to USPS and having to log in and do this whole other process. And Pirate Ship is like schedule done.
Mhm. And it's
Yeah.
so easy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam, you know that's a big problem if you put your number and everybody to see it.
Wow.
I think it must be his business phone number.
Oh, right now.
That's his business phone number.
Hang up and breathe on the phone.
But we should all call him and just spam him.
Yeah.
Call him and ask him if he's got a record player to turn it, if it's running. Tell him to go catch it. I remember having to do those little pranks when I was younger. Yeah, I did. I think we all did.
Oh,
I will say this, the one thing I've learned, there are a lot more people in my local area than I ever imagined there would be.
Yes.
Just kind of like watching a couple of videos, I've met so many people that are just in this area doing the same thing that I never imagined were here.
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll be walking like thrift stores and we'll see people on their phones and we're like, are they reselling? Like they're on eBay, like doing comps. Like, are they a reseller? Like
9 times out of 10, that's who they are. Yeah.
yeah.
Cali Reseller, welcome.
No.
Yeah, you know, because I know when my phone got off, we went to Savers, a thrift store up here, and this lady and her kid was like right behind me in another aisle, and they looked around like, what was that ching sound? I said that was just something I sold on eBay, and so we got into a whole conversation about it. So I gave my business card.
Do you guys have business cards?
I do, and it's more of a thank you note. I don't have a phone number on it, but what I do have is my information on how to get in touch with me. And I do that as well when I go to estate sales, because you can make on different estate sales, you can make contact with someone who's in charge, and that way you can get on their email list, and you'll get to know one of the first ones to know when the estate sales come up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah, because one of them I went to was in the area. He gave me his business card because he does the tri-state area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different states that they do estate sales at. So once you start the connection on something like that, like when I was in Louisiana, we had that. And then you can sign up for their newsletters. That way you'll get an idea of what's coming up in the future too. So you can also have those plans for yourself.
Yeah, I think that's really where where the power of reselling really starts coming in, when you start making those connections with people. So you go like to your point, you're in an estate sale or you've met this community in estate sales and they call you and tell you like, come get over here and check this stuff out. Like that's really where you start making it big. And
I've seen where some of the YouTube channels that I watch where they'll get a phone call where they're going to clear out the house after the estate sale is over with because they don't want to deal with it. Because there are some estate sale companies that they'll take it and bring it to their warehouse, either sell it in their warehouse or bring it to another estate sale after that. But 9 times out of 10, if they don't want to have nothing to do with what's left, they'll call somebody up and say, look, you can come and get it or we're going to donate it.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing too to have. Because I had that happen to me last year at a church sale where I made a connection with one of the ladies who was in charge. And after the garage sale for the church was over with that day, she called me to make arrangements for the Sunday after church service because they were going to let those that are attending the church go through if they wanted anything. And so after that, I went back and I racked up on all kinds of stuff that was still brand new in the packs. And I've been selling it left and right because it was free to me. And so, yeah, that's one of the connections you can make too as well when you have these different sales in your local area.
Okay.
And yes, things have been slow. And that's why I've been doing my videos on how to source online with auctions. Like I just did one this week that I released on all the stuff I got from Miss Queen herself. And the whole video was all about all I got from Miss Queen.
Wait, Latifah or me?
I just said Queen. I didn't say Tifa this time. When I do a lot of auctions, and so you'll be able to find a lot of good things in those auctions.
I was having fun being Latifah.
You go, girl. Okay. Debbie Mowers, hey, how you doing, girl? Welcome. Hello. Tim, how you do? Why you don't have a green wrench anymore? A blue wrench. I'm sorry.
That's that YouTube stuff.
Yeah, because I know he's been on my channel before.
Yeah. Deb's too.
Yep, I just gave her back a wrench. I don't know, and a lot of times that happens where you lose a subscribe on the channel, and when you go back in the chat, you lose the wrench. So I got to make sure I give it back to you.
Oh, I just got the notification. You're right.
That's a little late. Let's see. eBay also has 3% cheaper than Pirate Ship on everything but a cubic. If you are a top-rated seller, although I never used the flat rate services, had it in the I do. That's one good thing about that. I do use flat rates on certain things because it is cheaper. Then I'll do it anyway. Whatever way I can find cheaper for my customers, especially if I'm having to pay for it because I'm doing free shipping. Even down to the customers when they're paying, I try to do that. And so yes, that is available for those who are top-rated sellers. Okay, fairly a liquor. Okay, I must have missed that comment somewhere.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
Okay, pretty okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and start closing this down a little bit because we're almost hitting at 2 hours.
yeah.
Why are you not still? What happened? Copper, how you doing?
Copper.
Yeah, why you don't have a wrench anymore either?
Well,
I mean, you can check your subscribing to my channel maybe if it's off and you might have unsubscribed somehow because it's showing that y'all don't. And I know y'all been in here before.
yeah.
Y'all got a wrench, you got a wrench, and you got a wrench. Everybody got a wrench. I try to do that for everybody so y'all can mark. But before we go to close the showdown, don't forget to put your links in the chat for your channels. If you have a platform you would like to show and share your store, put that link in the chat as well. Because we, as a community, a lot of people love shopping and others in your different platforms you sell on, because that's another way we show support to our fellow YouTubers. And so also, before we go, if you're interested and would like to put your channel and share your channel and share what you do, I would be honored to have you as a guest. So don't forget, in all my videos, I do have the links for you to reach out to me. I'd be honored to have each and every one of y'all on my show. But again, I am booked up for the first 2 weeks already, going into my 3rd week of this month. So feel free to contact me either through my email, Instagram, or Facebook, and I'll be honored to have you on our channel, on our shows. I do have them on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And again, I just hit 500. So for those in the chat, if you haven't yet, go check out the Wednesday live show to see if you are a winner, because there's 2 that did not claim their prizes yet. So don't forget to do that. And Debbie, that's Debbie. How you doing, Debbie? She is going to be mentioning an auction starting at 5:30 Central. Is that today? You got that right now? Debbie, are you doing that right now? Because I know she was starting to do a live auction.
Yeah, see, Dana
So that's 6:30 our time. So put your link in the chat, Debbie. So that way everybody can go back and start to either subscribe to you or go to your channel for auctions. He has a lot of wonderful stuff. I've gotten a lot from Miss Debbie.
and
Yeah, okay.
Dana,
So it's 5:30 our time. So within an hour, 5:30. So it just started. My time. Okay, so it's 6:30 our time.
Cool.
We're Eastern, she's Central.
Okay. Cool.
So don't forget to check that out. Debbie does sales. She's starting a new online auction as well today. But she usually does them during the week on other people's channels, and she's going to start doing it on her channel.
and Danica's 7 away from 200.
What? Dana, put your link in the chat, baby. We're going to get you to 200. Jennifer, how you doing?
We'll do it now. You know
And
how they
Jennifer,
say,
she's gonna start doing an auction because everybody else is doing it. There you go, baby.
Yeah.
You just said queen.
I said, you know how people say, ain't God good? Won't he do it? Cajun will get you on there. He'll get you there.
One thing
Won't
I
he
will
do
tell
it?
you, I do support and shout out to those that I have good vibes with, and I've done deals with them. I've done bought from them, and I get my product quick. Those are the ones I'm definitely going to refer other people to because I want you to have the same experience I had.
Mm.
And I will go back to those people and buy again from them. So that's the only reason that I do a lot of shout outs to those channels on even chat. For those who want to come on and share there about their channels on my live, Miss Debbie, I would love to get Miss Debbie on my channel for a live chat for her to get her channel out there as well. So please reach out to me on either in my email, Facebook, or Instagram. And this way here, y'all can come out and promote your channel and what you do on any special occasions that you may have. I was just kidding, maybe soon. Okay, Jennifer, we'll get you there, girl. We'll be there for you, though. You know that.
Yeah.
She's quick at putting links in the chat for everybody, in every chat she's in. So any final thoughts or questions y'all have before we go ahead and get right in the show?
No.
No, it's been good. Thanks for having us on.
It was an honor to have y'all. I'm so glad and blessed that y'all were able to do this and that we can get you out there. If y'all haven't subscribed, please make sure you go and subscribe to them. And we're trying to get them to that 100 mark so that way one day we'll get to see them live
Yeah.
on their channel. We'll go past this point. All right, so everyone, before we leave, I want to welcome and thank each and every one of y'all for coming out each and every show that we do and supporting and show the love that you do for the channel. Looking forward to more videos coming out this week. I'm going to be doing one of what's sold. I'm still working on that one to get that one done, so look out for that one. And don't forget to share, like, and don't forget to thumbs up before you leave, so that way you can show the love for the channel. And so without that, ending the channel, we're going to say goodbye to everyone. Later, I don't like to say goodbye. I like to say later. And share your love. I'll do my little heart.
Little heart.
I can't do a heart. My heart is horrible.
Share the love.
Yeah,
And we'll see you on the next show. Y'all have a great and wonderful weekend. And stay safe. And hopefully for those that are in Florida, come and join me. I will be there at 6:30, Ms. Dabby.
Me too.
So we'll go ahead and get ready to end the show. Thank each and every one of y'all for coming and supporting it. And we'll see y'all on the next live.